don't forget to like and subscribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today knows no bounds and whose hobbies list is longer than most grocery lists. Our guest has graced screens in productions like Miracle Pets, La 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 Leslie, Operation 16, Her Eyes Tell, and even making a memorable stop in the enchanting world of Riverdale. He's not dazzling us on screen, he's sharpening his skills from singing and voiceover work to dancing his way through practically every dance style known to humankind. Ballet, disco, ballroom, break, salsa swing, jazz, hip-hop, tap, and maybe a few he's invented on the side. This guest doesn't just dip their toes, they dive in head first. And if that's not enough, he's a maestro of musical instruments, from the bass guitar to banjo, piano, drums, and even the trumpet. Now, rumor has it he can juggle all of these talents simultaneously while doing backflips. Okay, maybe not doing backflips, but with his prowess in stunts and martial arts, who knows what he's secretly capable of. But amidst the whirlwind of talents, he's funny, warm, an incredibly professional individual whose energy can light up a room faster than a disco ball at Studio 54. Please join me in welcoming Brent Clark. Sir, thank you so much for your time and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's wonderful to be here. Coffee with Chris. Chris Power, my friend.
You know, I want to dive right into it with you, Brent, if you can. You got an immersive array of talents, from acting, dancing, singing, playing multiple instruments. What initially sparked your interest in such a wide range of artistic pursuits?
Well, that's a good question. Just growing up, we were just encouraged to go out and play and try everything, have fun. And I did that. I just went out, tried everything. I'm still trying new stuff.
And what have you tried so far that you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to be doing this for a little bit longer?
Wow, I really enjoy music. Every opportunity I get, I sit down and pick up my guitar and strum a few chords. I love that. Sports, I play hockey lots. I play every sport you could imagine. It's just about getting out and having some fun with friends and meeting new people like you, Chris Power.
Thanks, Brent. And I want to ask you, when you look at these influences and these passions and these artistic avenues, how do you think that they really contribute to your creative process of Brent Clark?
Just inspiring me to try new things. I love seeing new movies, theater, dance performances, and I just soak it all in, and that inspiration is what inspires me to try writing a new song or writing a new short film or just trying a different voice, etc.
And as you talk about your writing and you're writing these shorts, have you ever written anything that you've said, you know what, I'm going to be the lead in this one? And as you started putting pen to paper, you're like, this is really just for me. And you can't wait to hit record because you know it's going to be you.
Yes, there was one recently called La 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 Leslie, which was a very fun project. But I want to plug my newest project called Shlomo Dancer. I take more of a backseat in. My good friend Shlomo McPeak plays the lead character, and I want everybody out there in viewer land to go to YouTube and type in Shlomo Dancer, and it's only 13 minutes, so I guarantee you'll have at least 3 or 4 good laughs.
And with Shlomo Dancer, and everyone, I 100% guarantee will head over to YouTube and check this out. What is the dance style that he's doing?
Well, he's an interpretive dancer.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. In a dystopian city where dance is outlawed, he is the one man who dares to defy and to dance in defiance.
Now, you actually have a very long dance repertoire that covers an incredible range of styles. Did you help Shlomo with his interpretive style? And do you have a favorite style yourself?
There's no helping Shlomo. He's a man with his own tastes and his own style. He's a real beauty. So he's definitely got a style all of his own. It's very futuristic. It's very robotic and very magical. But yeah, my dance styles are more of this earth. Shlomo is from another galaxy.
Oh. And now you've actually had the chance to work on various projects, including that of creating your own, from like Gabby Duran and the Unsittables to the intriguing world of Riverdale. What's been the most surprising or memorable moment that you've experienced while working in the entertainment industry?
Wow. Okay, let's channel some memories. I'm gonna go with Gabby Duran and the Unsittables. That was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I got to be with them for 2 seasons, so it was just incredible to get to meet the cast and really, you know, gel as a unit. And I had a daughter who was an alien. I was her alien dad, so we really bonded and became tight. And before we went on set, we would warm up dancing.
Oh,
We would get the juices flowing. And so I'm gonna have to say the Gabby Duran and the Unsittables experience was amazing.
now
Yeah.
when you talk about this, you can see this glow about you. What was this dance that you did? I mean, you have this array of talent behind you. Is there a specific style that you just say, "Hey, that's my go-to," just to let loose?
Yeah, well, to let loose, I just go for it, I boogie. But when we were warming up before our scenes, we would work arms. Specifically, my friend my friend Sky was an incredible ballerina, so we would warm up our arms, and we would you know, get the hands going and just 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 work ballet. It was it was amazing, and it's just a great way to focus and just get warmed up and connect and just kind of get the creative juices flowing.
I love that. It's you get this ballet movement going, gets everything in your body connected and grounded and ready to go to work. I love that.
Really
Now,
does.
Brent, I want to ask you, when did you discover your passion for acting?
You know, when I was a kid, I would be with my cousins at my aunt and uncle's farm out in Saskatchewan, and you know, we kind of had to entertain ourselves before, you know, video games and
Mhm.
whatnot. If we weren't outside playing, we would get together and we would form these little skits and just make these little plays, and then we'd go and present them for my parents and my aunts and uncles and cousins. And that's really where it started. A group of friends of mine in high school, we had this huge video recorder, Betacam, I think, and we would tape these 4 or 5 minute sketches kind of before, you know, Kids in the Hall came out. It was, you know, that sort of style, just
Mhm.
real goofy and silly. So it just kind of happened organically. And then you know, school, there's lots of opportunities to be in school plays. We always had assemblies, and so I really have to give a lot of thanks, you know, to my prairie upbringing, just for all those opportunities. And yeah, I just kind of ran with it from there.
You know, it seems like you had this really amazing opportunity to have this understanding of yourself and kind of your goal and your dream and passion to pursue it. If if you could go back and say, you know what, that's the acting wasn't for me, what do you think Brent Clark would have been doing today?
Well, there's I'm a man who's had many jobs. I've when the first year I moved here to Vancouver, I had about 12 different jobs. I've worked in the restaurant industry, worked in construction, demolition, landscaping, warehouse worker. I've worked as a bus driver. I've worked as a caregiver. I've worked as a Ubrew winemaker. I'm now presently employed at Canada Post. And so I like a variety of things, and I like to always be stimulated, and I really like a job where I'm physical.
Mhm.
I I don't think I could sit in an office cubicle and work on a computer all day. I prefer, moving around and being active. So yeah, I would say something like that. I've always wanted to be a firefighter as well, I gotta
Oh,
say. So yeah, that's maybe what I would have pursued.
that'd be kind of a neat thing to add to your resume there is maybe a part-time firefighter, auxiliary firefighter. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it runs in my family. My brother is a firefighter, and his son is now following his path, being a firefighter.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Dust off the boots and get in there, right?
Sure. Maybe they'll give me a gig.
A lot of people don't really understand the attractiveness or mysteriousness around pursuing a career in the entertainment industry. What would you tell someone if someone said, I just don't understand this, Brent? Why would someone put themselves through this wave of rejection for this tiny hope of getting some screen time and getting picked? What would you tell them?
I would quote my teacher, great man, Michael David Sims. He was quoting another man, the actor who plays Fraser Crane.
Hmm.
It'll come to me. Excuse me. His quote was, "It's not a sprint; it's a marathon." And I really, I really held on to that because you're right. It's just a wave of rejection. There's so much heartbreak, and there's been many times where I've been tempted just to give it all up after after so many heartbreaks. But I've held on to that little nugget of wisdom. It's not a sprint; it's a marathon.
No, when we talk about this disappointment and rejection in this industry that not many people know about, can you share an instance where you had to confront or maybe overcome your fears and insecurities while you were working on a project?
Oh yeah, I remember my first couple of theater projects. The fear that I felt before going on stage was almost crippling. It was it was um it was just amazing. So that is something in that moment that you have to, it's one of those fight or flight sort of moments,
Mhm.
right? And that energy, you can use that energy, it can really be a powerful ally for you because there's so much energy, and it's just sitting there inside of you, and you just got to use that in your performance. Otherwise it's overwhelming, and it's crazy. It's not so bad now, but I still get stage fright before every performance, and that's just you just have to be thankful for that energy and just use it.
I like that you said that you're able to take this energy that helps you push through that barrier that's in front of you, and you've really learned that about yourself. Of that, hey, when this stage fright comes on or these jitters happen, no, I'm going to take this energy and crank it around and make it positive and just blast it out into the universe.
Absolutely, got to do it.
So what's this part of acting that you enjoy the most? What's that aspect that you just say, I couldn't think of another avenue or career outside of performing, acting, musical, or even dance that just, pulls on those heartstrings for you.
Yeah, it's that feeling after performing that you feel inspiration, and you want to go out and do it again. I would say that. Paychecks are pretty awesome too, but you know what? There's probably 80% of the performances I've done, there's been no paycheck involved. It's just all about enjoying the process.
It's neat that you said that. Not many people highlight that when we take on roles that sometimes we're taking them on for the exposure or the networking opportunity, not everything has a paycheck in it, but we're still trying, which, we're still moving forward doing the best we can at that moment.
Absolutely. That's
Now,
what it's all about.
is there a specific genre or type of role that you're particularly interested in?
I'm always gravitating towards the comedy element. I love a good drama, you know. But short short answer, comedy. It's my thing.
So what do you do to stay creatively inspired outside of acting and music and dance?
Just listening to music and watching other performances, movies, theater, dance. I just I just soak it all up. I recently went to the Temptations musical. It was just a beautiful story about the life of the Temptations, and it was really, really inspiring because those guys went through so much, so much stuff, and the songs. It was beautiful. It was really, really a great show.
Oh, it's awesome. Are they still doing that, or is that specific to Vancouver right now?
Yeah, that just wrapped up a couple weeks ago in Vancouver. I went with my neighbor and we caught one of the last performances. So yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
And when we look at your multifaceted career so far, has there been anything outside of the Uncitables that has just been so rewarding for you?
Yeah, just the people that I met, you know. I still keep connected with people that I've met in classes, in productions. Maybe I'll see them around this on the street, maybe at other auditions. I think for me that's been the best part about this whole journey is just the connections you make. I've made some lifelong friends, you know?
I love that. I love that connection, that network piece. The people that you just look at instantly and say, "Well, we're fast friends now," and looks like I'll be here with you for the duration of this trip.
Yeah. Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I got your number. I'll be texting you now.
Yeah.
And with such a diverse repertoire, what advice would you give to an inspiring individual looking to pursue a career in acting?
Yeah. I would just pass on information that I got from my teacher. Um, if you're gonna study acting, take dancing classes, take singing lessons, take acting lessons, and live a full life outside of acting. Because if you just immerse yourself in only acting, you're going to be kind of one dimensional. You know, you've got to have a full life to inform your work, all these experiences.
That's a really interesting comment. Take acting lessons, dancing, and singing. Why do you believe that those were kind of those three?
Yeah, that I guess that is the traditional triple threat, right? The singing, the dancing, and the acting. It's all very what's the word? Uh yeah, it all lends itself to a great performer.
Hmm.
Just, singing, control of your voice, control of your body, and control of your emotions. Those are the three tools that an actor has, so you can control those tools in your toolbox, and then you're going to have a good start.
No, that's a good point. And for you, Brent, what do you believe one of your best strengths as an actor is?
I think just being my authentic self, that's something that I try to bring to every role. Um, I I have good access to my emotional life.
Mhm.
I would say that's a strength that I have. And you know, yeah, the movement. I try to use my body in every scene and make it, you know, a three-dimensional kind of uh kind of a thing instead of just being a talking face, right?
Huh. Now, if you could play any character, any actor out there in a biopic, who do you think you would like to play?
Wow. You know, I think I'd like to play the part of Chris Power in the Chris Power show. It'd be pretty fun.
Get you some glasses and add a couple of pounds to it. Yeah.
Let's see. I've got some glasses. Yeah. And I've always been a big fan of Woody Harrelson. I
Okay.
would love to. I think that would be fun to play Woody Harrelson in a biopic.
Kind of need to see.
Yeah, Chris Power, Woody Harrelson.
Either one. Let's get the paperwork drawn up for sure.
Do it.
I want to ask you something a little bit more closer to home. You had mentioned this. You were in tune emotionally with yourself, and you're able to access that part of you. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'd say probably the portal into my emotional availability would be my access to my anger. It's without getting too deep or anything, that's something that I've had and I've had access to, and I think if I want to get into an emotion, that's kind of how I get into it. That's sort of the easiest route.
Hmm.
I mean, you know, it's an artistic kind of a thing, so there's no real formula for it. But yeah, I just being a redhead, I've always had a quick temper, and I had an older brother that really brought out that temper in me, and I found that for me, my access to mm, my emotional life is easiest accessible through anger, and that's just a little trick of the trade to get warmed up. Not every scene's about being angry, of course, but just something that you can use to really stimulate your emotions and get started.
So, Brent, my next question for you is: what's something that scares you just while we're in this emotional pit?
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's an amazing question. You know, when I wake up in the middle of the night with sweats and just the fear, I'll be dreaming or thinking of you know my own mortality. It sounds selfish, and I have a son, and just I don't even want to talk about that, but just any harm to the people that I love the most. It's if we're talking about pushing that button to get into an emotional state, that's a quick and easy button to push. But
Let's
yeah.
switch it then for you. Where can people learn more about you?
Where can people learn more about me?
Yeah, are you on social media? Do you have your website? Where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm not a huge social media guy. I mean, I have probably 5 or 6 short films on YouTube. My newest one, which I would love everyone to go and see, is Shlomo Dancer, but there's several others. We got Lala Leslie, Operation 16, which is one of my personal all-time favorites. So probably YouTube. Yeah.
Perfect. And Brent, if we ask some of your closest friends or even family, what's something that people tend to misunderstand about Brent Clark, what do you think they'd say?
Something that people would misunderstand. Boy, wow. Sometimes say for working, I'll just get into a zone where I'm just in work mode, and maybe that's a tough question. I like that challenge of being challenged. So I think that that would be it. I sometimes just get into a zone, and maybe not 100% as present as I want to be. That's something that I've always wanted to, just really to really master, because that's what great acting, I think, really is just being aware and present in the moment.
No, I like that. And Brent, I have time for one last question for you, and I really appreciate you spending your time with us today. Is what makes Brent Clark smile?
Uh, well, great questions make me smile. Uh, Kids, I'm a huge fan of a kid walking down the street. If I'm in the dumps and I see some kids walking around, maybe playing at the playground, I just smile. I love kids, and their energy is so wide open and so beautiful and pure. I got to go with the kids. Chris Power.
Oh, that's amazing. As I said, sir, that's the last question I had for you. Everyone out there, Brent Clark, make sure you get over to YouTube and look for Shlomo the Dancer. Find Brent Clark, Google him to get the rest of his videos as well. Sir, thank you so much for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Everyone out there, remember to smile to inspire and have a fantastic day. The amazing Brent Clark.
Thank you very much.